GOTY 2025 Game of the Year. Hello, I'm Jess Voidburger O'Brien, one of the last people on YouTube to kind of sound like a normal person. Now with less burnout than last year. Holy fuck, I looked bad. Somebody should have called somebody for me. Content Creator Protective Services or something. Real quick, like last time, here's a bunch of games I did not get around to playing. There's too many goddamn games. And, I was interested in all of these, but it just didn't happen. I also had like a pretty pathetic like Steam year in review situation. I was too burnt out to even have fun. But yeah, a lot of the games that I did play are not actually from 2025 because I had put them off from a different year, basically. So you're gonna see some other years popping up on this list, which is something I normally do anyway. I don't need to explain myself. They don't have to be from this year, it's just stuff I played this year that I liked, okay? Also, if I kept it to only 2025, I don't know if this list would reach 10. And I like it to be 10. Feels good. Anyway, here's a subcategory. Top 3 games I fell off of. God damn it, son of a bitch. The 100 line, Last Defense Academy. Oh, you goddamn long thing. So like, as I'm writing this video, it's becoming pretty apparent that the theme of this year is, unfortunately, I don't have the time or brain energy to commit to all this. I am 30 or 40 years old
and I do not need this.
Call me silly because the entire point of 100 line is that it has 100 endings, and I should have known this going in. This game's too fucking long. I only have so much time in my actual human lifespan. I just couldn't anymore, and I don't plan to live to be 100. Honestly, that seems like it sucks. I got a hard out at like 80 or so, honestly. And like, I did really like this game until like we had a bit of a break from it, and I realized that I actually didn't care that much anymore. You know? Things got pretty confusing in there. So if you're not staying up on it like really consistently, I kind of lost the thread. It was like a really funny and weird game though. Like, don't get me wrong, it's not like I don't recommend it. It's just you gotta have a lot of time for it. It's just so much goddamn game. Hollow Knight. Believe it or not, I've never played Hollow Knight. Yeah. I just didn't get around to it. I'm not like super into Metroidvanias, like a ton, but like Silksong was coming out, and I was like, well, I do want to know what the big deal is. This is like super hugely acclaimed. Obviously, it's good, and like it is good. It totally is, but timing did not work out for me basically. So I played a bunch of it on a really long plane ride, and like yeah, it's really good for sure. Yeah, but then I was on vacation, and I was not going to be playing a video game. Well, I should be going out doing vacation things, so I fell off of it. And then, for the plane ride back, Hades 2 had come out. So goodbye, Hollow Knight. Never again, probably. You were cool, though, I guess. And like, subsequently, there goes Silksong. I'm not going to be playing that unless I played Hollow Knight, because it looks way harder, obviously. A victim of bad timing, but clearly, it's a quality game that I have been missing out on, and I will continue to miss out on. Baldur's Gate 3, I cannot believe myself. I am starting to think I'm just fucking cursed. I'm never ever gonna finish this game. We stopped at around the same point twice now. Because the game is very long, but like also I want to do all the things in it. It's impossible. I can't. And I started a dirge campaign, but like I can't be as evil as the game feels like it wants me to be. Because I'm just a sweet little bean. I don't want everyone to be mad at me for doing bad things all the time. People are mad at me enough as it is, and I don't even try to be evil. You think I could do that shit intentionally? No! I don't have it in me. Biggest disappointment. Me! It's me. I really am disappointed that I don't like Silent Hill F more than I do. And I will be talking about it later in this video. Stay tuned! Mildest disappointment. The root trees are dead. After gushing about the games that are in my top 10 list at positions number 3, 4 or so, coming up later in the video, this game was highly recommended to me. And even before I talked about those games I really liked, I've always heard that this is really big deal, really good game for people that are big puzzle heads and stuff like that. And I gotta say, it is just fine. It's just okay. It's okay. Like, worth the hype? Like, no. I struggled a bit with the UI, but my main complaint about the Root Trees Are Dead is just that the story is not very interesting. This family is kind of dull. There isn't enough like intrigue and juicy shit to like get me really invested in this family, you know? They're not up to anything, they just are. Like, you're telling me I gotta read Grandma's diary like 10 times, maybe more, to do all this shit? I don't even like listening to my real ass grandparents talking about people they know from their family. And that's relevant to me. Also, they're all dead. That would be very impressive if they were telling me about that shit. That would be interesting. Not to mention that like I figured out, like, I don't even want to call it a twist, but I figured out the like big secret in the family tree like a fifth of the way through the thing. Like 10 root trees in, I was like, who would be disowned from a family tree around the year 1900? It's not a game that made me feel clever, you know? Like, I didn't feel like I was figuring things out. I just felt like I was kind of like frustratedly kind of digging up little tiny pieces of things and putting them in little spots that they go without much like figuring out. Sort of around, I don't know how to explain it really. But like that was something I really enjoyed about the games that, you know, initiated this playthrough that I'm going to talk about later in the GOTY list, is that they felt like I was really figuring things out, motivations and stuff like that. But this is very factual, you know? And I also played like the juicier post-game stuff of it, but it's not that. It's still boring. It's not that juicy. Like, even if a family has like a notorious swinger in it that was never informed about what a condom is, it's still a boring family. They just have one guy in there that has a lot of riz. Even if they're having affairs, they're still boring people having affairs. I don't care. Game is just okay. It's just okay. It's just okay. It's fine. It's just not for me. It's okay. Okay, shut the fuck up about everything else. It's time for the actual Game of the Year list. Number 10, News Tower. I haven't played a ton of this, and I'm not sure if I'm going to go back to it, because I have like a lot of other games to play. And I do think that this game needs some quality of life tweaks, so maybe I'll wait around to see if those happen. But I did enjoy what I have played of this. It's a management sim where you run a newspaper publisher during the 1930s and 40s in America. In New York specifically, Staten Island represent. That's why you're on the list that all Staten Island has been mentioned. And the news you're reporting on is like actual, real, historical events of the world during that time. That's really cute. That's cute that you did that. I like that. It's got an excellent Art Deco style and smooth jazz, and what else could you want? Well, I want stairwells. Because like no building on Earth is built so inconveniently where you have to, the stairs have to come out at certain point. Like, why isn't there just a stairwell? A well-o stairs. All buildings have this. We didn't invent this later. 1930s and 40s buildings had stairwells. Come on. Like, I know it's a management game. You're supposed to manage the space and stuff like that, but that's just annoying. So that's number 10, but brace yourself. Here comes number 9. Number 9, Silent Hill F? Voidburger, what the fuck? What do you mean Silent Hill F is this far down the GOTY list? Are you insane? Trust me, I'm as confused as you are. I really wanted to like this game more than I actually do. And you know what? It is sharing a lot of the same complaints I had about 100 Line, Last Defense Academy, in that it is a game that you really gotta stick to it. You cannot have gaps during the play. I had big gaps here because I was streaming it and the timing, and that's not ideal. The less you're able to do that, the more likely fatigue is gonna set in. You know, it's not the way to do it. I get it, but like, I'm still sorting my feelings out about Silent Hill F, and it was hard to figure out where to put it on this list, if to put it on this list. Should it even be here? I don't know. I feel bad about this. 'Cause there's a lot of things I do like about it. The short version is, like, okay, despite it feeling like, yes, this is the right step in the right direction for the Silent Hill franchise, for sure. More like this. I do like the stories a lot. I do like the characters a lot. The thing is, like, the way the narrative is presented is so slow It's so drip feed of intrigue that it was tedious. Just that alone was tedious. Not even to mention like the extremely painfully unfair puzzles. The puzzles are so not great in this. There's like 2 that are fine. None of them are good. They're just like, oh, that's an okay puzzle. The rest are like, what the fuck do you want from me? There's not enough information. I can't possibly check my work. Not a puzzle. I just psychically guessed the correct thing. There's not enough to work with here. And I didn't like the combat system. It just never felt fun to me. It was too stressful in a bad way. I've never played Silent Hill for the combat. The combat's easy in all these fucking Silent Hill games. I don't want it to be hard. I've never played on the hard modes. I'm not here for that. And yeah, I know they made an easier mode. Whatever. It's fine. I was already playing on like the easiest one at the time, and they made it even easier. It's just like, whatever. I know. They should have known earlier too. Even I'm not hardcore like that. I don't play it to fight. But yeah, that stuff just kind of outweighed the good parts, basically, and just made this game a really tedious experience for me by the end of it. It is just way too stretched out. They have enough plot to tell in a good amount of time. Why did they have to stretch it so far? It's rude. But yeah, tedium really hurts my ability to appreciate a narrative. You know, which is the big thing it has going for it, is that the narrative is very cool. Like I said, that's the short version of how I feel about Silent Hill F. If you want the longer version, I do plan to make another video where I talk a bit more at length about my feelings on Silent Hill F, because it's too long to put into this video. I wrote a whole thing out and everything. But yeah, link in the description. Although it may take a little while for it to come out because I'm making this GOTY video like a little later than I should have, honestly. So give me a bit. But if you're watching this in the future, link in the description. Number 8, Blueprints. Similar to Silent Hill F, I don't know quite how I feel about this, man. Because like, Blueprints is genius. This game is so smart. Oh, I loved this game, but the rude elements of it really give me pause. If this game wasn't so frustrating so often, I would be such a goddamn freak about this game. I would be enthusiastically recommending it left and right, up and down, game of the year sort of situation. Close to it, at least. But it's just, again, tedium. The enemy of the year is tedium. Enemy of the year, tedium. Yeah, tedious. The RNG aspects of it are just, it starts out totally tolerable and it gets totally unreasonable the longer you play it. It's kind of a game that has no end, so you're going to kind of keep playing it until you hate it. I don't know. That's just kind of how I feel about it. So it really, that stuff shifted my opinion to be more complicated than holy shit, this rules. It's still very good. I still recommend it, but it ended up breaking my heart being that tedious eventually. It's fun until suddenly all the cumbersome or mean parts just kind of hit like a saturation point, a tipping point, and like it starts eating into your former appreciation of the thing. Oof. And if you want more of that opinion, me and Chip actually did a podcast on my Patreon with a friend about Blueprints and how complicated we felt about it. So check that out in the description too. Number 7, Hades 2. Gosh, this is a year full of I liked this, but... And once more, it's the length and the inconveniences that frustrated the hell out of me eventually. And here's the thing, like a lot of my complaints about Hades 2 are currently unfair because they have been mercifully patched out, mainly to have a better ending. So yes, now is when I would recommend you play Hades 2. If you have not played Hades 2, you should play Hades 2. It's very good. And if I had played it at the correct time, it would probably be in my top 5. Top 3 maybe, I don't know. But I made the mistake of rolling the credits on it without the patch having happened yet and getting the pretty meh ending, which is okay. It's like, okay. And then the patch happened, and there's an option to rewind the story to experience the new fixed stuff. And I gotta say, it rewound my progress way too fucking far, man. That sucked ass, dude. This window does not accurately describe the shit you are about to do to yourself. Oh my god. Oh, you lose the sands and your eyeball things, but you keep all your weapons and your reagents. Well, okay, how bad could it be? Wait, what do you mean I need to earn a shitload of those by doing the literal same thing I just spent hours doing? Pause here if you want to hear more of that rant that I'm cutting for time.
3, 2, 1.
Excellent game otherwise. I absolutely hate how the handling of this patch and my unfortunate timing on it really negatively affected my opinion of it, while paradoxically, obviously improving a major aspect of it, which is like a total lateral move for me because it wasted so much of my time. And in the end, I regret replaying so much of it. Intermission. Sad list so far, huh? Full of major caveats about things I fucking hated about these games that are on my Games of the Year list. Why? What the hell? Sure is a huge pity to play only 14 games this year. And I feel so negatively about the quote-unquote best ones. Depressing! It's been a hard to make list this year, because I had to weigh, like, at the end of the day, did I actually have fun playing this thing? And those big boys we just talked about, Hades and Silent Hill F, like, that kind of shook out to be like, I don't know if I had fun. That sucks. Well, the rest of my list is normal. I don't have complaints about these ones coming up. Buckle up for regular praise. Number 6. Is this seat taken? This is a soothing little process of elimination puzzle game that was super cute, pretty funny. I love these shapes and their silly little lives and their preferences and their stinky little friends. I wish it was longer, honestly. Which is not the main complaint of this entire video so far, sure is the opposite. But I had a real pleasant time with this. Yes, this outranks Silent Hill F for some reason. I am aware of how insane that sounds. I'm disgusted with myself. But that's just how important frustration is to me. And this game ain't frustrating, though puzzle games that are good do have a lot more right to be frustrating. So honestly, I could have gone for some levels that were actually a little bit more difficult. It's pretty easy, this game. Could have gone for a little bit of bullshit by the end. Make DLC or a sequel that's harder. Number 5, Wander Stop. I'm ranking this in kind of a weird place because it feels more like a tool than a game to me, but I don't mean that in like a derogatory way. If you didn't know, Wander Stop is about a swordswoman who strives endlessly for perfection and fails painfully, traumatically, throwing her entire sense of self into question as she struggles just as hard to heal from her burnout as she did to obtain it. Because if you define yourself by your skills, by your work, and you suddenly fail or become incapable of doing that work, who are you? What's left? What if you can't recover from that? Who are you then? And you know what? I wrote like a whole mini essay here that was like really personal and like kind of dark and probably cringe. And that's gonna throw off the whole mood of this video real bad. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put that on Patreon for free. Just like become a free member or something like that. And I'll link that in the description, because it feels like it's just enough of a TMI/bummer situation that you ought to jump through an extra consent hoop to have that dumped on you, honestly. You don't deserve that. It's a fun video I'm making here. Number 4 and 3, Case of the Golden Idol and Rise of the Golden Idol. I heard great things about these games, and they were not overhyped. Actually, more hype for these games. More! These are indeed absolutely fucking fantastic. I loved these a lot. It rules to feel this invested in something. It's got this satisfying feeling of like untangling a big ball of thread, especially as you realize how interconnected all these scenarios are. Like most puzzle games that I really vibe with, I recommend playing these with like a loved one on your couch right next to you, playing with you, so you can like bounce ideas around when you get stuck. That's just a good way to puzzle out shit in general. You need extra brains sometimes. Like so many aha moments came out of just pitching back and forth stuff. Like, who's got the motivation to do this? Why is this person the only guy here without an invitation in his pocket? Wait, why is that lady so familiar? Oh, she was on that movie poster like 2 scenarios ago. What? It's just a very clever game that's set in an increasingly interesting and bizarre world that makes you feel like a friggin' genius when you finally pick apart what's actually going on here. Plus, I love the hideous art style of this game. It super grew on me. It is gorgeous. And it's perfect for like a mystery puzzle logic-y game because you're gonna want to remember a lot of these characters. So like the uglier and more freaky they look, it makes them more memorable. But it's a genuinely crucial aspect of why this game works, is that these dudes are so friggin' ugly. God, please make more of these. I love these so much. Number 2, 2 Point Museum. This was the other really big game that I needed big time during my big burnout year. Actually, of all of the sessions I played this year on my Steam account, this game accounted for like a solid half of those. That's insane. Like, you know, when you feel like you have zero control over your life and nothing feels satisfying and you just kind of like burnt out husk. It's great to have a game where you can micromanage the hell out of stuff while collecting pleasing little trinkets and gradually improving a space while attaining very attainable set goals. This game gifted me the good brain chemicals that I was very starved for. And the Dungeons and Dragons DLC was so goddamn cute and funny. It just buoyed my spirits. And they just came out with like a zoo expansion and holiday DLC. I love this thing. And, oh boy, it's time for the pinnacle. My number 1 game of the year is Deltarune. Believe it or not, I hadn't played any of this until this year, but I wanted to be in the zeitgeist. And thank God I did. I needed it. It kind of like helped rejuvenate my ability to care about stuff. After the 1-2 punch of being laid off a giant bomb and then my podcast Skull Tenders completely disintegrating, I kind of thought I would never be invested in anything ever again. Husk life from here on out? Brain broken now? Forever? Deltarune proved me wrong, thank God. I care a lot about this world and the characters in it. The creativity in this game is really affirming. It made me laugh a lot when I really needed it, and it just rules to see something made with such care and passion and vision and just so much effort. So much stuff where it's like, you didn't have to do that, but you did because you love what you're doing and you love me. What a boon this game is. I cannot wait for the rest of it. I've never been so confident that something is going to stick the landing. And it will devastate me if I said that in a video and end up being super wrong about it later. Uh-oh. Oh, okay, that's the GOTY list. Okay, that's the GOTY list. My voice is dying. I don't know if you could tell, it was getting gradually more raspy as the video went on, I think. So yeah, this was a tough year for me, and it was a tough thing to rank a lot of these. And maybe I should have played more short games in 2025. So there were less caveat-laden rankings there because of all these long ones I played. Oh well. Thank you for watching and also caring about the things I say and do. Your support rules so hard. I always fail to articulate how much it rules that people give a shit about the things I make. It's amazing. And thanks so much to my patrons who should be scrolling around on the screen around now, probably. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody. Tag me if I did miss you. I will do a custom apology video to you. I'm not kidding. Special thanks and shout outs to Noah Stearns, Nicole Martin, Kai, Josh Moniz, Jonathan Lau, Tony the Tank Engine, Park Butt Redemption, Gunther Herman, and Brian. And yeah, I never really know how to end these things, so I'll end with a non-game recommendation. The thing I really, really liked to watch this year. The Amazing Digital Circus. For similar reasons I feel about Deltarune, actually. I feel ancient watching this, even though it has a lot of jokes for people in their 30s, and clearly the aesthetic of it is based off of like CD-ROMs and like those really early CGI experiments and art films. Everybody watch Beyond the Mind's Eye, please. But yeah, the demographic for the fandom is like age 13 to 24. I'm sure there's even younger people in there, and they seem a little grossed out that anybody older than that would be in here with them. So I lurk mostly. The fans are very darling and very paranoid about every little thing in the background, which I love. And it's also something the show actively goes out of its way to exploit, which is great. But Digital Circus is a thing that just keeps getting more and more refined, both like animation quality wise and character writing wise. Like even by episode 2, you're like, wait a minute, this show is up to something a little more interesting than being basically the current day Invader Zim. The first impression of these characters is that they're cliche and unnuanced, but they quite quickly accumulate complexity and subvert a lot of those initial assumptions about them.
'Cause I'm the funny one. Ragatha's the cheerful one.
I don't even know what I want.
Gangle's the sad one. Come on, Sadie, you're coming with me.
I'm actually gonna be on a team with Zubul.
What? No, you're not. Kinger's the crazy one.
There are always ways to show you care without ruining yourself over it.
Zubul's the grumpy one.
Hey, you deserve better than thinking about him when he's not even here. You're a human. You're not his toy.
And you are the one who hasn't figured that out yet.
And I'm just happy the kids are getting their own I have no mouth and I must scream. That's lovely. Silent Hill 2 was my first baby's existential horror. It's heartwarming. If we Silent Hill fans had TikTok in the year 2002-ish, very similar things would have happened. Okay. Actual video end. Thank you for watching. Mwah, 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 mwah. I will endeavor to play more games next year than this year. Pathetic. Totally pathetic.